Hello and welcome to the Crumbs and Doilies shop in Soho with me, Gemma. I'm here with quite a lot of people. We've got Dane behind the camera, we've got Nikki on the socials, and we've got a whole gaggle of bakers here, squirreled away over there, trying to do their job while I film a video. So thanks, guys. I wanted to show you something which is an oldie but a goodie. It is the custard cream cupcake. This has been on our menu for some time, and if you don't know what a custard cream is, it's one of these biscuits. This is a really classic, maybe English-British biscuit. Definitely not a cookie. And then inside is this sort of soft custardy buttercreamy stuff, which is yummy. It's really simple and I love them. And a while ago we cupcakeified them like we'd like to do with many, many things. And I can't believe I've never shown you how to do it. So here I am to do that. So we're gonna start by making the sponge, and it's just a simple vanilla sponge. We're gonna make it in the way that we always do. So here we go. So start with 125 grams of self-raising flour, along with 125 grams of caster sugar, a quarter teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, and a little pinch of salt. Shuffle that through the sieve and then add 125 grams of soft unsalted butter, then 2 large eggs. And get that whipping on a medium speed. You want to beat that for about 30 seconds, and then you can add 1.5 tablespoons of whole milk and a quarter teaspoon of good quality vanilla extract. And then just give that another beat for about 30 seconds. Stop the bowl and scrape down the sides and the bottom just to make sure everything's in the mix. And then that's your batter done. So you just need to then distribute it between your 12 cupcake cases, standard size. I use a spoon for this, but you could do this with a piping bag or however you like. Right, I've got my oven preheated to 170 degrees C, and I'm gonna bake these for 20 minutes. Or 22, depending on how they do. I'm going to give them a little prod, and when they spring back nicely on top, they're ready. Right, while those are baking, I'm going to make the creme pâtissière, which I got the guys in the kitchen to make me some earlier because it needs to be cool when I use it, but for your benefit, I'm going to make some more and then repay them, pay them back in custard. So it's really straightforward. You're going to need a medium-sized pan and then a bowl, and into your pan, you're going to put your milk. And I've got 450 grams of whole milk. Then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and give it a little stir, and then pop it onto a low-medium heat and just let that heat away. And meanwhile, grab yourself a bowl and put in 2 whole eggs plus 2 egg yolks, and they're from large eggs, and then add 40 grams of corn flour and 135 grams of caster sugar. And then just give that a whisk until the colour is paler and it's a little bit more thick. Meanwhile, your pan of milk should be steaming. You don't want to bring it to the boil, you just want to be able to see it steaming, and then it's ready to take off the heat. So you need to temper your eggs by putting a little bit of that hot milk in with the eggs, whisking constantly as you pour. That's just going to bring the temperature of the eggs up to a more similar temperature to the milk so that we don't shock them into getting cooked and scrambled. We don't want that. And then when it's all in, you can transfer that back into the saucepan and put it back on that low-medium heat. And then just whisking all the time, slowly. After a few minutes, it'll thicken up to a sort of pudding consistency, and that's when it's ready. And then you need to transfer that into a bowl, but I always like to pass that through a sieve just to get rid of any eggy bits or lumpy bits. And then put some cling film directly onto the surface to prevent a skin from forming, and then you just need to leave that to cool. So when your creme pat is cool, now you can put it in the fridge if you want, but I recommend that you do this next bit with it at room temperature. It just makes it a little bit easier. So you're going to need to remove some because we're going to use that to fill the cakes as well, don't forget. So from that batch that we just made, I'm going to remove about a quarter of it into, it's all blobby at the moment because it's cooled down. Yeah, about a quarter, and then just leave that to one side. And with the rest of it, I'm going to put it into the bowl of my mixer. And with my balloon whisk attachment, I'm going to get that moving because it's obviously, as you can see, a bit jellified. We want to kind of get it back to a nice, creamy, thick, custardy consistency, which it's definitely not at the moment. So once you've done that, you can add your butter. Now I'm using really nice, squeezably soft, unsalted butter here. I've got 330 grams, and I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time, giving a little mix in between each addition, a little bit like we're making Swiss meringue buttercream. If you feel like it's not emulsifying very well with the butter and it's going a bit splitty, top tip is to remove a small amount, pop it into a bowl and microwave it to melt it. And then when it's liquid, just pour that back into the bowl with the rest of your mix. and then whip it in, and it is amazing. It turns it really silky. Right, that's ready. Also, happily, my cupcakes are ready. And yeah, they're lovely and springy on the top, as you can see. So I'm gonna take these out and leave them to cool. And then all you need to do with your creme mousseline is to cover it until your cakes are cool. And then get yourself a piping bag, guys, because then we're gonna start decorating these cakes. All right, everything's ready. My cakes are nice and cool. I have my creme mousseline in a piping bag. I'm using a star nozzle for this. It does come out a lot nicer than if you use a round nozzle. Just gives it a bit more definition. And I've got my creme pat, the leftover creme pat, in a piping bag. I whiz that up a little bit just using a hand mixer. You could do that with a hand whisk if you like, so it's nice and smooth. My apple corer, got everything ready. Oh, no I don't. I haven't got my custard creams. Here they are. I'm just gonna get decorating. Oh my gosh, I love custard so much. This is so good and it's really squishy and moist, and I'm just dying to get my chops round that custard icing because I love it so much. Okay, here we go. Hang on, I'm gonna need to take that out. It's gonna get really messy. Look at that. It's so custardy. Oh my goodness, that bit of creme pat in the middle is just a delight. I probably got it all over my face. This is so good. The icing is so silky smooth and like just unmistakably custardy and buttery as well. It's really delicious. This is such a hit. And it's so simple too. I mean, obviously you have to go through the motions of making a creme pat, but that's okay because that's a skill. So please do give this a go. Make sure you hashtag Cupcake Gemma on Instagram or pop your pictures over on the Bake Club chat. We love it when you do that. These are gonna be in the shop all week. So if you happen to be in town, why not come and get one of the real deals made by us? Or of course, if you're not able to do that, you can just make these now because I just gave you the recipe. Duh. If you enjoyed this recipe video, then please do give us a like using the thumbs up icon down below, and why not subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we absolutely love it when you guys join our gang. And if you want to go one step further and join the like proper crew, join us over on the Bake Club on Patreon. It was a really brilliant way to support the channel. Anyway, this is just calling me, so I'm gonna have to have a moment with my cupcake, and then who knows, maybe I'll share them. I don't know yet, I haven't decided. No, I have got it all over my face.